Honey, I'm home. I say it as I see him on the couch, muscles unscrewed, eyes glued to reruns on cable TV, his collared shirt untucked, his red striped tie loosed on the ground, opening its arm for me to bend down, pick up, toss it with the other heaps of clothes that were meant to hug his skin, hanging around in the laundry bag, waiting for their swim in the washer. 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. The chicken meets the pan, kissed by its own juicy sizzle, smeared across the room. The aroma of minced garlic, ginger, and half a cup of baby carrots, diced in crunchiness, salt and pepper to his taste. The embrace of food hot from the burning silver steel. This is a love note I write for him every day at 5, despite my ink half empty. Dinner is always ready in 10. I'll sit there after 30 minutes when the kitchen floors are mopped from grease and the pots and pans are scrubbed from grime. By then he is done. The bits and bobs of my stir fry will need keeping. The ceramic leftovers in the sink needs attending. After all, the last thing I want is for both of us to have food poisoning. And then the clothes needs unloading. Drying, folding, stacking. Those crumpled lines on his favorite blue button shirt uncurling from the touch of my iron. Steamy, fresh, ready made to wear, so he can blend in with his colleagues and their straightly pressed garments. The time the neighborhood turns pitch black still is the time when I get out of my shower. And though the snores upstairs is enticing, and the thought of newly changed sheets on soft cushions is inviting, I am reminded that I am not a 9 to 5 woman without some midnight burning. Honey, I'm home. I say it as I see him on the couch, muscles unscrewed, half-open lids, tie loosed on the ground, waiting for me to pick up and toss it with the other heaps of clothes that were meant to be in the wash. The coffee table is awfully full. Bleached papers, sealed open mails, faded receipts, and all. His 2 years lost copy of Rich Dad Poor Dad, unscathed and still brand new, hiding beneath. I see more bleached papers and post-it notes of reminders to call the grass cutter, and my long forgotten grocery list, which reminds me to unpack the vegetables I brought home, sitting on the countertop, basking under the glow of blinking, buzzing lights. Call technician, I scribbled under last week's pencil writing, call grass cutter, which of course I've forgotten. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, or was it 3? Did I overseason the chicken that my famished man is waiting for in the dining room, sleeves rolled, elbows propped, ready to devour any prey settled in front of him with no awareness of what goes behind him? The scrubbing, brushing, wiping, shining, dusting, washing, sweeping, mopping. Oh shoot! But time finally slows down when I hear the gush of water coming from his tap, not mine. Knowing there is an ounce of kindness in him to take one less task away from me, one less thing for me to wash, to watch over, to have my already awash brain focus on writing our overdue thank you emails to Catherine's dinner invitation last week, to have 5 more minutes in the shower room, only to come out and find there are still dishes from dinner in the sink, and that he only washed his. Honey, I'm home. I say it as I see him on the couch, his head cocking 60 degrees on the backrest, with his unscrewed hands and legs sprawled, rumbling that obnoxious sound you call a snore, while I hunch to my back, picking up his tie, sloshed on the ground like him right now, drowning it with his other soiled clothes in the washer, ripping cabbages to shreds and butchering chicken, my spatula gouging the scraps out of my pan, choking his plate, all to scrub them with soap and water, later to hear the cattle screeching, knees bruised from the abrasive scouring of gritty walls, kitchen spills on the floor, howling my fridge for a spring cleaning blitz to chuck out an expired tofu and 4 empty cartons of full cream milk he consumes every morning but never bothers to refill. I almost feel asphyxiated by this endless deluge, constantly impaled by the swarming thought of when does my work end? When does my work end? When does my work end? Are you blind? An hour in and I am here, physically on the verge of tears, mentally on my knees, pleading that I am tired. And he is still not seeing me. He's still not getting that it takes two to build a house that won't collapse on us. He's still not realizing that we have never once sat together at the dining table we bought from IKEA. Or that every night before he sleeps, his bedside is still empty and cold. He does not understand that my muscles are not unscrewed, but disjointed, like the fragile bones I relied on when I spent hours and hours high up the ceiling wiping webs, and he still has the nerve to comment the skin of my fingertip roughed with creases, so that he can wash his hands with lavender-scented soap while I soak mine in lemon detergent. When I say, honey, I'm home, I expect the empty boxes standing in front of the patio to be disposed, or maybe our bed upstairs to be made. Is that too much to ask? Because I don't remember signing this part of our unspoken agreement where I have to uphold this role as a dutiful wife when my man can't do the same. He sits there, unwavering, face void of any emotion I can decipher. For a second, I thought I got through him, only to realize seconds after he spoke it was a response of disconnection, as I hear a barely audible mutter under his breath. Why didn't you ask?